are directly about Gloucester and about the fishing industry. Frank and I have always thought that if these songs could catch on here, then they would do well in the whole story of lost fishermen at sea and the unusual circumstance for the families. They'd have no real closure. You know, it's not like you can bury them. They don't know where they went, so they throw flowers into the water, and they have to, like, there's a lot of things that make it very unique. So other fishing communities up and down the East Coast, West Coast, whatever, we're hoping will, you know, embrace these songs eventually, and the musical as well. But I guess, you know, we always call it our donation to Gloucester, because it's such a great city with such a great history and such a great heritage.
Are you longtime collaborators?
We've been doing this for about 10 years now.
So when you work together, how does it go? Who writes which parts?
Well, he's more of the lyric writer and I'm more of the music writer, although we, like I'll maybe have a melody with an idea for maybe the storyline, and he'll take that and he'll work with that. He'll come back when he's got to a certain point. We'll sit down together, play it, work on it, sing it, work on the melodies. He'll take the lyrics and go back and maybe work on a bridge, and then come back again and we'll finalize it. And so it really truly is a collaboration.
Yeah, you said you like to give back to the community through these songs. Is Gloucester's official song that you wrote, Where'd They Go, in the play?
Oh, yes, it is. And part of our video was first done right here about 10 years ago, which was really the start of it all, because we just, you know, it was around the time of The Perfect Storm, you know, and the book, and, you know, and around the time when they were getting interested in making it a movie, and we were, you know, both knew some of the guys on the Andrea Gale, and we were moved by the whole thing, and seeing Gloucester come together so many times as a community. And so that was the start of it. And then the way that the video was embraced, and the phone calls, and the amount of calls that this cable network had to play the song over and over again, we knew we had something. So we said, well, let's keep researching. Let's read some more articles. Let's talk about where we can go from here, and keep working on it. And so that it just kind of snowballed.
And how about Not With Your Hands?
Well, Howard Blackburn, obviously, I mean, is a key figure. Joe Garland wrote a wonderful book, The Lone Voyager. We both read that book. That was one of the first things that we said, all right, well, if we're going to write about Gloucester, we need to read that book for sure. And so we went right there, and one of our biggest triumphs is that Joe's really proud of that song, too.
And obviously you got excited about this since you're doing all kinds of publicity work.
Well, you know, I really got to know Alan when we did Celebrate Gloucester, and met Frank through Alan, and, you know, they said we'd like to try to help promote the play. I read the play, and I have to say, it's a tearjerker, you know, and I've been a big fan of Alan's music. It was a no-brainer for me to get involved.
So talk about the play. You know, so he says it's a tearjerker. What can you say about it in general, now that the play was done after the music? How did it wind up?
Well, it really is a story of triumph, loss, and tragedy. And it is a love story. The commitment to some of the, especially the Catholic families, the old school Portuguese, Italian families, that hold hope that maybe the boat might come back. They might return. And in the old days, before you know, cell phones and sophisticated radio equipment, sometimes these guys would go down out in Newfoundland or whatever, and they'd be up there for months, and a lot of people would have given up hope, and boom, they show back up.
Sure.
So, I mean, you know, that's what widow walks are all about, you know, back in the old days, you know, and from Nantucket to Gloucester, all they could do was give you a rough idea when they were going to hopefully get back, depending on the fishing, depending on the weather. So that in itself is really just fascinating. And so, as I said before, Frank always had this idea of this, this is a story that needs to be told. That's what he's always said about that, from the songs to the script that he wrote for the musical. There's some sad parts, obviously. There's dealing with loss, but there's some funny parts too. So I really think that people that go to see the show are going to go through a range of emotions.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun. I mean, when I say it's a tearjerker, it's the triumph part really gets you the most, I think.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
almost like a love triangle between the sea and women and the fishermen, where there's that pull in both directions.
Yeah, and I can see from hearing your story that, this may be the new production, but this has really been in the works for a long time, germinating.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, we certainly aren't the first to ever bring it around. I mean, there's been 10,000 men lost at sea in Gloucester alone. And I mean, then when you think about all the other fishing ports, from Alaska all the way down, like the deadliest catch, look at how that's catching on. Pardon the pun. but
Sure.
People really love seeing the kind of commitment that fishermen have to what they do, especially with the trials that they're going through, with the regulations and everything, and the trials that they go through with the close calls that they have with their lives. They get right back on that boat and they go back out. And their wives and their children let them do it, because they know that that in itself is the real love story.
Yeah. Now, when is this premiere happening? Where can people see this play?
It's at the Gloucester High School Theater on August 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th at 7:30. All the shows are at 7:30. It's $20, $15 for students and seniors, and 25% of the proceeds go to benefit the Gloucester High School Thespians.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really good, because they're hurt.
Yeah.
They're one of the budget cut people,
Right.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
And where are tickets available?
Tickets are available online at thesoulsofthesea.com, and also at the Chamber in Rockport as well, the Chamber in Gloucester, the Chamber in Rockport, the bookstore, and Toad Hall and Gloucester Music.
Gloucester Music, right.
I understand that Nan Weber is the director. I guess that means when Nan's the director, probably there's a lot of local talent.
Yeah, it's all local.
It's all
If you
local,
look at the
I believe.
poster, you'll probably recognize somebody.
Yes,
Somebody
look at all
on the
this.
poster.
I'll hold this poster up.
Father Garibaldi's in it. I mean, I've talked to so many people that recognize. Oh, I know him, or that's my mail carrier, or My guess is that if you live in Gloucester, you know at least somebody.
People.
2 rows of Gloucester people.
Mm-hmm.
And this Alan is wearing this shirt also, so I guess that's a item that's available, I trust.
Oh, well, yes.
Benefit the thespians.
There you go.
Yeah, you'll be able to buy the T-shirts at the productions.
Yeah.
Carl Bronk designed the logo. He's
What a great logo.
a great logo, and he just designed the Cape Ann Chamber's directory as well. So it's really it's been a community effort.
And that's what Peter said, it's all local.
Yeah.
Right from the artwork, the graphics, all of us putting
I see
in.
Carl Thompson's also involved.
Right, he's the choreographer from Dancers Courageous. So there's some numbers. I haven't seen it yet, but I guess there's some dance numbers along with the songs. Should be great fun. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it, too.